In fact, we need to have that.
She's not
Shucks.
It is 6:35. We'll call the Streets and Sanitation Committee meeting to order. We have 3 items on the agenda for the evening.
Yes. Item number 1 is the rental of the air curtain incinerator for our brush at our Class 3 landfill. Currently, we have a bunch of brush out there that we need to dispose of. We put bids out earlier this year for brush disposal. We only got 1 bid from Big Woody's down in Chattanooga. He has been tied up in Nashville with the ice storm. He has not been able to come out at all this year and may not come out at all the entire year. So our suggestion is to rent an air curtain burner. That way we can burn 5 tons an hour of our brush that's out there. We collect maybe 10, 12 tons on a good day total throughout the city. So we burn 5 tons an hour for 5 hours. We get 25 tons burned. That eliminates what we pick up, and then we get to eat into our Class 3 landfill as well. Big Woody's typically a 6-figure deal with him. When he comes and grinds all of our brush up and hauls it off, we can rent an air curtain incinerator for $15,000 over 2 months and burn a large chunk of what he would otherwise just chip and dispose of.
So you think 2 months is what we're going to need?
No, it gives us a good idea of what we're going to need in the future and what we need to budget for. This is kind of a trial, helps us eat into what we currently have out there, because right now we're overflowing with brush and we need to dispose of it somehow, some way. And this seems to be the most prudent way to get rid of a lot in a kind of a quickish span.
Are we under any contract or anything with them, or we just rent it month to month?
No.
Right now?
Right now it's month to month. I'm recommending 2 months to kind of a trial, see how it goes.
So then we'll assess it again at the end of that time?
We'll assess it in that time, see how much we got to eat out of our brush pile. We have to make reports to the state for it as well. We've already finalized permits and everything if we do decide to go forward with it. That way we don't have to wait, get permits and do all that.
Do we have the manpower to run this?
Absolutely, we do.
Where is it?
We're going to place it at the transfer station. We blocked off a little area up there where our Class 3 landfill is. So we'll load it up, we'll run it across the scales, we'll weigh it, and then we'll go and start loading up and start burning it. That way we can keep track of how much tonnage we're getting rid of on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Our second item is the plant materials for our Potter Lane project. Easy Tree Nursery. We looked at different nurseries throughout Warren County to see which ones kind of had the plant materials we needed. Every nursery had some or a little bit, but Easy Tree Nursery seemed to have the most under one roof. So we're recommending going with them with the amount of $11,619.25. We still have probably another 300 to 400 plants to purchase, but they're a little more niche, really wetland related plants. We're going to have to outsource those because no nursery here is carrying them through our research. But 593 on this run, 300 to 400 on the next run.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So where are we at with the other
So,
deal is just over?
what do you mean?
I mean, this is,
The Potter Lane project?
yeah.
Yeah, we're probably, the city has taken over the construction of the project. We are probably 75% of the way through it. We have to be finished by September, and we expect that the project will be completed on September 11th. And all submittals for reimbursements to the state will happen at that time as well. So we're on track, we're on pace to get it all done. We just wanted to make sure we can order the plant materials and get that going, so we'll have it, in stock, and we can go out and just start planting as soon as we're done making the pathways, putting the signage up, and pouring what's remaining left of the concrete, things like
Okay.
that.
I did say the piece of equipment did arrive.
Yes, so we did have to order some equipment to do some of the finishing touches on the project, like there's very large head walls to install, so we had to get a bigger excavator out there to be able to pick the head walls up, put them in place, and cement them in. So, yes. Next item is our vehicle maintenance oil storage tank. So in the past, the city garage takes used oil from citizens, people that do it yourself, they bring their oil in, and they store it and they heat their building with. The storage tank is very old, possibly was probably was handmade at the city garage 20, 30 years ago, something like that. So going through it, we realized that we're out of compliance with state regulations in terms of how we store our used oil. And so this tank helps us get into compliance. It's double wall, it's got a certain amount of UL, I think is what it's called, but it brings us into compliance that we need to be for our used oil storage at the city garage. It's in the budget. We made sure to budget for it under, I believe it's capital, was one of the only capital purchases we had for it. We got 2 bids for it. One was 11,000, one was 25,000.
What was the difference in those 2 tanks, anything?
I don't think there was any difference. We looked at the warranties where we tried to figure out what the difference was, but it's pretty much the same tank.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, maybe it's shipped from different places,
Hmm.
but we're recommending the one for $11,440.
Big difference in price.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there anything else to come before streets and sanitation?
I'm good.
We stand adjourned. Thank you.
So if you have the authority to notify all the public, and the public now, when you, this is just a very public.
It's about what?
And you notify the public about the operations of the Constitution. Because for me to be living in here, being represented by a council that's in a conflict of interest is gonna raise.
Excuse me, sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but I just want you to know that because I want to know. This has been since 2020.
Sir, I'm so sorry. I don't know who's. Water or wastewater?
Yeah, water.
Oh, it's Sally. She's not here. And Rachel's not here. What do you want me to
There
do?
won't be a quorum for the meeting, because neither one of them are coming here.
Okay.
Sorry, there's no quorum.
All right. I would do it, but they won't let me.
Ricky, is 2 weeks okay? Or do you want to?
Deetra.
Copy of the containers and tracks.
I'm waiting for the time is 6:55.
Sorry.
Call the Parks and Rec Committee to order. We will hear from Joe Harvey about a proposal for performance at the Park Theater.
How's it going? Thanks, guys. Thanks for making time for me today. Yeah, so we have begun negotiations with the Yonder Mountain String Band to have them perform February 4th at the Park Theater, a part of our Bluegrass concert series. So this will be, it looks like, we haven't hammered out everything, but it looks like this will be the second show in that series. But this band is a mainstay in both the jam band and the bluegrass genre. They've been around since at least the 90s, but they're a great band. I think they'll do a great job of bringing people to the Park Theater, and it'll be it'll be something that's both inside the wheelhouse of what we've done, but also something kind of new for us. So we're really excited about it, and this is money that's already in the budget, so we're just looking for approval to spend. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them.
Saw they had an electric bass in their rider for,
Yeah, we might have to, I think I got a buddy who I can borrow one from. But if it doesn't fit their needs, that's a pretty cheap rental from SIR out of Nashville.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger names that will be in the Park Theater. I mean, they've played everywhere, Red Rocks, Bonnaroo, the Ryman, Telluride Bluegrass Festival. I mean, they've been all over.
I was trying to see if they'd ever played Lock-In. You know, if they've ever played Lock-In in Virginia. I bet you they have. Like I said, they kind of just, they're a mainstay in that bluegrass and jam band circuit. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really good show.
Do I hear a motion?
I will make a motion that we approve.
I will second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I was getting ready to prompt you, but I didn't want to overstep my bounds.
Yeah, go ahead
No,
and
they
do
were
that
just
next time.
considering.
Well, guys, thank you all so much. Just to give you an update what we got happening at the Park Theater. We've got Matilda Jr. happening at the end of this month. It's going to be a great production by Warren Arts. And then this weekend we have a fundraiser for Caring Hearts United, which is one of our concession groups that we use regularly. They're a great group, they help to fund local hospice. It's a great cause, so if you're around, come out and support that one. And then next weekend, we got two big shows. We got Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which is kind of a $1 Million Quartet, Elvis classic rock and roll tribute act. And then on the Saturday night, the 22nd, we've got a songwriters round with Reverb Round. It's going to be really, really cool. Different show, going to be very intimate, and should be a good time. While I'm here, I wanted to say last time how much we were going to miss Nolan. He was a great person to work with for us at the Park Theater. He was always there for us, so we're going to miss him. But I also wanted to commend the board on the appointment of who I'm now calling my boss, Justin. Dude brings goodwill and hard work to everything he does. So really great job. I can't speak highly enough of Justin and y'all's decision to make him interim. So thank you so much, guys. I hope to see y'all at the park.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you. If there's nothing else for Parks and Rec, we stand adjourned.
Mayor and his president.
Uh-oh, something isn't right. Let's try again. Try one more time. Now try sign in.
And retry.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. At 7 o'clock, we'll call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the McMinnville City Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The first item on the agenda is roll call, which not all of us can do on our new system.
Oh,
I'm on now.
And allowing that, okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
oh, I'm in.
Okay.
Item 2 is the consent agenda, which includes minutes from the July 28th regular session. If there are no requests for additions, corrections, or deletions from those minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Somebody's going to have to say it out loud because I can't see anything on my end.
Oh, okay.
So.
I made a motion.
I made a second, and now we're all voting.
Right.
Now
We
we're
have
all voting.
Motion and a second. All in favor of approving the consent agenda?
Yes.
Aye.
Hi.
Motion passes. Item 3 is recognition of visitors. If anyone wishes to address the board, come to the podium and state your name for the record. Hearing none, item 4 is petitions. There are none. Item 5 is discussion items. The lone item in this section has been withdrawn by the sender to perhaps be considered at a later date. Item 6 is action items. Item 6A is ordinance number 2026-13, amending the municipal code of city administrator residency requirements to allow for exceptions by the board of mayor and aldermen. This is the first reading of this ordinance to become effective. Do I have a motion to approve? So essentially, the reason that we're amending this right now is because there is a requirement that the city administrator must live within the city limits, and none of the applicants live in the city limits, so that would preclude all of them from holding this position. So this ordinance, doing it by exception, gives potential applicants time to move here, things like that, but could also be waived, again, by exception with approval by the board under certain circumstances. So
I have a question on that. I thought the current one said that they have to live here within 90 days, but we're making it 6 months? Is that what the change is? So the current one gives them 3 months already.
The time was extended to 6 months and gives the board the ability to make an exception on a case-by-case basis. You're correct, it currently is within 90 days of the first day of
And
employment.
doesn't allow for exceptions?
No.
Okay.
yeah.
We're 100% on the no exceptions under the current one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A motion by Ms. Morton,
I made a second.
second by Ms. Dunlap. Any questions or discussion?
What's the benefit to us realistically? Because, I mean, it's important to be here in the city. Why give them more time? 3 months 90 days is pretty
I mean,
decent.
get with the current housing market, financial situation with lenders, interest rates, things like that. I mean, 3 months might not be feasible, especially if it were somebody coming from out of state.
they had children, they had to relocate
Yeah.
for school systems. That was something that I took into consideration on that. So if they were uprooting children, would you want to make them do it in 3 months or stretching it out another extra month or so to let it be halfway through the school year rather than in the middle of, like the first quarter or first half of the year?
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. I'm an aye. All right, motion passes. Item 6B is Alcoholic Beverage Board reappointments. Jessica Carrion and Shannon Haston are both up for reappointment. Members of the beer board have asked us to consider their reappointment for terms running June 2026 to June 2028. And then at a later date, we will have to appoint someone else in the community, given the passing of Mr. Lester Cowell. I'll entertain a motion for the reappointments.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Morton,
Second.
second by Mr. Harvey. Any questions or discussion?
Yeah, I sit on that board,
Mhm.
and, Jessica, she brings a whole new ballgame because she's, fluent in other language. And Shannon's been on that board for a long time as well. And I think she also, with her knowledge, especially in the fact right now that we don't have a chairperson and losing Mr. Cowell. So I appreciate keeping those two.
All right, we'll call for the vote. I'm an aye. And item 6C is approval of general funding of the recently approved BRAG grants. Resolution number 2026-40 was adopted on 7/28 for the Tourism and Marketing Department.
So I had brought this before y'all last week, or the last meeting, and it was approved. However, since then, I've been contacted by our grant administrator, the Upper Cumberland Development District, that there is an update to how the funding, payment, and reimbursement system will transpire that is different than what you had all voted on and approved. So initially, I had stated that when we receive an invoice, UCDD will submit that invoice to the state will provide the money to us, and then that money will go out to the firm hired. It is not the case, unfortunately. We will receive the invoice, we will need to pay for it up front. Then UCDD will submit a reimbursement request to the state and will be reimbursed. They've told me that that process typically takes about 30 days. But as that is the case, we cannot run this out of the tourism fund because we would be using then hotel motel tax revenues to pay for a non-tourism related endeavor. So it will need to be run out of the general fund if we are to move forward with this.
What about that last statement on the agenda? It says possibly reimbursed in the next fiscal year?
Correct. So as there's multiple phases to this project, and so as we'll be invoiced as the phases transpire. So there's phase 1, which is the historical data collection for each property. Then phase 2 are the soil samples if found necessary after the data collection phase. Depending on how it unfolds, it is possible that the phase 2s may, transpire in a May timeframe, and we're invoiced and paying in June, then therefore we would not get the reimbursement until the following fiscal year in July to August. So it is possible that this could go over multiple fiscal years. Again, there's no money out of the general fund. It will not change the overall fund balance, but it could change it from year to year.
Okay. We need a motion and a second to consider approval.
Can you just tell us in 2 sentences, like, what exactly it's for, just as a...
Yeah, so it's a state grant, the Brownfield Redevelopment Area Grant, through a prior program with the state and the IDB. 2 of these properties were put through on a program as high potential sites for redevelopment. And so this is to do environmentals on those to see if there's contamination to assist in the redevelopment process. So
Which properties are they?
there's 605 and 619 Morrison Street, the old Shale Moore
Okay.
and the Powermatic
Okay.
properties.
Okay, thank you.
The general shale.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Youngblood. Second by Ms. Morton. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Thank you.
Motion passes, thank you. Item 7 is recognition of employees and departmental reports. If anybody has anything for the board, come on up.
I'm gonna do my best to fill the shoes of a one Justin Scott when it comes to departmental reports. So I'll give it my best right here. All right, I'm sure you've all seen the mast arms going up around town and the new signal heads going up. We're about 80 to 85% done with this project total. The last ones to go up will be NHC. We had a little problem out there, but we fixed it. You should see those go up very soon. And then once all of those are up, you'll see the cameras start going up that are just for detection of cars. We expect that to be done probably the next month. So that project will be closed. And then we'll move on to our next TDOT project, which will be the redoing the intersection of McDonald's and Dairy Queen. So we'll have all those upgraded as well, hopefully in this fiscal year. And,
What was that second one?
the second one, the other TDOT project, the upgrading of the signal heads and the cameras of the McDonald's intersection
Okay.
and the Dairy Queen, O'Reilly's
Okay.
area right there, we're redoing that intersection.
Okay.
We expect that to go out to bid here in the coming months.
What's the status on the control box that got hit?
Control box got hit. We got an estimate from Davis Elliott, who's been doing all of our construction around town, and we sent it to our claims adjuster. He has sent it to PEP. We expect to hear from them in the coming weeks. And once we get the green light, Davis, that's already on site, will fix that box and get it done. So you're not waiting at that light for, 5 minutes, just to turn left to go to Kroger. Yes. So that's coming down the line as well. We just had to go through the insurance and everything. It's unfortunately taken longer than expected. Yeah.
What about the timing of the lights from Old Shielded Road all the way to the Chevy dealership?
So the timing of the lights, they will all change with the new camera and radar, with the exception of the Mulligan Street intersection and the Cadillac Lane intersection. All the other ones will change and be updated with the timing and everything.
So in theory, you shouldn't get stopped at every,
I mean, you know what they say, right? You hit one, you hit them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that seems to run true.
yeah.
But hopefully, that will change. The detection cameras are a lot better than the loop detectors that are underground, so they should be detecting cars faster and sending the signal to the cabinet to change faster.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Not bad, right?
Thank you.
Chief, Riggy, Mr. Scott,
I have nothing.
Mr. Purtle.
No.
All right, if there's nothing else for the board, we'll stand adjourned. Thank you.